Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Wednesday, and welcome back to our series Journey Through the Tarot, where we are examining the tarot cards one by one. This week we have the Knight of Cups. Let's see. Okay, I think that's about the best lighting for it. But as always, we begin with our first impressions of the card. As we can see, there's a young man who's in the foreground. He's pouring a little bit of champagne, and then in the background, which I'm sorry you can't see it better than it does, but yeah, getting closer doesn't always help. But she's dressed in pink. She has a little pink nose, rose up to her nose in the background. Romance is in the air with this card. And if you'll notice the colors in their outfits, it has a little bit of a yin-yang effect. There's a balance of the light and the dark, the masculine, projective, and the feminine and receptive energies. And there's also this hint of possibilities and dreams coming to fruition. At least that's what it made me think of whenever I looked at the card. And that communicates excitement and taking important steps in life. So now that we've taken a once over of the card, let's see what the booklet has to say. We have a couple of key words: charm, romance, and sensitivity, all of which I think is communicated pretty well through the image. And then the description reads, the Knight of Cups is a charmer, a romantic, and a dreamer who tends to wear his heart on his sleeve. When on top of the world, he's the first to uncork the champagne. When feeling blue, he'll drown his sorrows in ambrosia and hope for amnesia. Yes, he's sensitive, gentle, and can be a bit moody, but that's all part of his appeal. Fortunately, his mood is usually bright and sunny. So that's what the booklet has to say about our Knight of Cups. Now, when we have this card come up in a reading, because it is a court card, we must first consider the possibility that this could be representing a literal person, perhaps the querent or someone in the querent's life or someone who is affecting the querent's situation quite strongly. It's probably going to be someone on the younger side, not a child, but definitely not someone who's out of their 20s, likely a water sign or someone who has a water sign prominent in their natal chart. So look to the surrounding cards to either confirm or debunk this possibility, but always have that in mind. This could represent a living, breathing human being. Next, knights are always messengers, or they represent a particular message. And they are defined by motion and being in the midst of a task and being focused on the mission. And you can see this in our Knight of Cups here. He's focused on pouring that champagne. And what pouring that champagne represents, he's trying to woo the young lady in the background. He has a plan and he's focused on what he's doing. And that embodies the general moods of knights. Now, when it comes to messages or messengers, whether it indicates the messenger in the querent's life or the message itself, that's something you can again look to surrounding cards to see what might be the most likely possibility. And oftentimes you can get glimpses of what message the knight is trying to bring your querent. But because this is the Knight of Cups, expect the message to touch on emotional issues or to get into a topic that the querent is going to have a very strong emotional reaction to, or that the message itself will be delivered in an emotional way, an appeal to the heart, or the messenger themselves is behaving in an overtly emotional manner, but it's all going to be coming back to feelings and the heart and communicating that freely and openly. And that might actually lead to the querent becoming emotional themselves, so just be prepared for that possibility just in case. When someone comes to us for a reading, particularly if it's a stranger, we don't always know what sensitive areas of their life their cards might be treading upon. So when you see a lot of cups come up, just be mindful and probably exercise a little bit more tact. There are ways to communicate a message clearly without necessarily uh, running roughshod over another human being. So just something to keep in mind when you're reading. Another possibility to consider is that this card is representing the querent being caught in a whirlpool of emotions. Maybe they're going through a time in their lives in which they're experiencing all the peaks and valleys and range of human feeling. Oftentimes, this state of affairs is very exhausting for people, or it's also coinciding with a period of rapid psychological or spiritual growth. So make a note if your querent just seems to be a little bit weary and on the tired side, or just as if the energy has been drained from their bodies. It could have a lot to do with this Knight of Cups. Um, also, if that is the case and that is what's going on with them, bear in mind, take a little bit of closer look at the rest of the cards to see if there's going to be any little suggestions about how the querent can cope a little bit better, things that they might try. Just listen to your intuition, see if anything occurs to you, because that might be what they're needing in that moment. Alternatively, that whirlpool of emotion could actually be a very fun, exciting thing. Perhaps your Aquarian is on an adventure or is being taken into one, and they're in the moment and they're just enjoying enjoying being and existing and experiencing all these different and new things. And if that's the case, most often the times it's just the time to tell them enjoy and good luck to you. Let's see where this journey takes you. So those are just a few of the thoughts and possibilities that come up whenever you see the Knight of Cups in a reading. If you read tarot yourself and you have other thoughts, I would love to hear them. Please share in the comments below, or come see me on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There is a link to join in the description box below. As always, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one.